Around the world, car parking spaces seem to be getting smaller, leading to a new gymnastic discipline: getting out of the car through the door crack without denting the car next to you. It's causing increasing frustration in car parks, not just for drivers but passengers as well. When one car parks badly, it forces the car next to it to park off-centre, and this propagates down the line, leading to a whole line of cars parked badly even after the first car has driven off. That frustration mounts when the owners of car parks don't fine or tow people who are abusing car parking spaces. UK insurance company AX claims parking dents increased 35% between 2014 and 2018. So why is this? Well, in many countries there's no law about the size of a parking space. In the UK, the government recommended a size of 2.4 metres by 4.8 metres in 1994, and they haven't updated their guidance since. And these guidelines go back to the 1970s, when cars were much smaller. These were the top 10 selling cars in the UK in 1975, and if you average out the widths, this is how they fit into our government recommended parking spot. The top 10 selling cars in the UK in 2021 are not only longer and taller, but wider as well. I'm using the UK rules here, but this is a worldwide problem as car sizes increase. Car parks, of course, want to put in as many spaces as possible, and if customers complain, car park owners can always point to the government guidelines that many other car parks have been using for years. It's not our problem, it's your problem for buying a car that's too big. And to a certain extent they're right. They haven't changed, the cars have. And it's difficult to change older multi-storey car parks that were designed for the smaller size. With land for new car parks not getting any cheaper, building costs for multi-storey car parks going up, and more cars on the road, the pressure isn't to put in less spots but more. But car parks haven't moved with the times to adapt to a new breed of cars. If you don't keep up, your competitor will. If councils put in car parks that are impractical, councillors shouldn't remain in office. Some car park owners have become decidedly cheeky. Newbury Council fined drivers for parking outside parking spots, despite 90% being smaller than the government's recommended size, with some being up to a metre shorter. It's the same problem with on-street parking. Longer cars means less cars can fit on the side of a road, and with more car ownership year on year, that means fewer parking spots at the side of the road. The government recommends a 1.8 metre width for on-street parking, but many common cars today are simply too wide to fit into that spot, even with automatic folding mirrors. This can lead to parked cars mounting the pavement, which can hinder pedestrians, especially people in wheelchairs. Wide cars can be a problem on narrow lanes as well. It's a lot harder for two SUVs to pass on a country lane than it used to be for a couple of original Minis. According to the Consumer Association Which magazine, by 2018 there were 129 models that didn't fit into the government recommended parking spot. And this wasn't low volume luxury cars like the 6 metre long Rolls-Royce Phantom. The Ford Mondeo is too long. So why are cars wider and longer than they were in 1975? Why is the Mini not quite so mini? Part of the problem is all the extra safety equipment. You'd be lucky if your 1975 car came with safety belts on all 4 seats and a steering column that didn't spear you in a crash. Today's cars come with airbags not just up front but on the sides, and safety cells and side impact protection in the doors add bulk not just to the length but the width as well. Those wider cars might be causing annoyance when they're stationary, but they're saving more lives when they're moving. As standards of living increase, the cost to produce cars becomes ever cheaper, and with financing more widely available, more and more people can afford larger cars. And with people on average larger than they were in the 1970s, they want the comfort of a bigger car. Larger and taller cars make people feel safer and maybe a little bit more important. We're involved in a car arms race. As more people move to bigger cars, we feel less safe, so we need a bigger car. It's ironic that a new Super Mini is far safer than a large car from the 1970s, yet we feel less safe now than we did then. When we test a new car on the test drive, we're not parking in tight supermarket parking spots. In fact, the salesman is only too happy to park the car for us. On a subconscious level, if one car is larger than a competing one, we may well go for the larger car. Car companies don't want to miss out on sales, so they make their cars bigger. 10% of cars sold in Europe in 2010 were SUVs. By 2020, it was 40%. And with a standard Range Rover being 2 meters wide and 5 meters long, no wonder our garages are storing junk rather than our cars. It seems the only cars in garages today are classic cars to protect them from rust and because they're pretty much the only ones that can fit. Some companies are trying to help though. Shops are putting in larger spots, useful when you're trying to load bulky items. NCP, a large UK car parking chain, is leading the way, widening spots in several of its British car parks in 2016. Folding mirrors help a little bit, as do parking aids to navigate those tiny spots. Some cars have the ability to park themselves, although the amount of time it takes drivers to get out and activate this system remotely may lead to more frustration from cars waiting for other cars to park and get out of spots. Parking further away where there are more vacant spots may mean more walking, but much less frustration. And it's much faster to park when there's no other cars around you. Japan seems to have the right solution for ever-increasing car sizes: legislate a standard car size. K car sizes haven't changed much since the Japanese government created the category. It's led Japanese car companies to be more and more innovative with their packaging, giving as much interior space as possible. And when many people have the same size car, there's no arms race to get a bigger car to feel safer. Parking spots can remain the same if the car size doesn't change. And one less obvious solution is to buy a narrower car. They are out there. The Kia Picanto has a width the same as those 1975 cars and can seat 4 people. But if you want to go for bags of room and don't mind a car with only 2 seats, the Renault Twizy will give you acres of room. With parking spaces at a premium, it's common to find small city cars parking lengthwise in cities. Some are experimenting with cars that fold up to be shorter to fit into smaller and smaller spaces. One concept is so tiny you can fit 3 of them into one government recommended parking space.